I'm January Gill. I am a poet and professor at Salem State University. Amazed at the creativity and just the vibrancy of what happens here on the North Shore. I really do think we're sort of like a hidden gem among Massachusetts areas. I read 5 poems and I really wanted to read things that meant something to me but appealed to the audience. So I read some about my son. I read some about our journey to Mississippi, the whole feeling of gathering and coming together, joy, all of that. Poetry is amazing and it has room for everybody. And I'm not sure if people realize modern poetry does that. People think of poetry, they think of high school, Shakespeare, Dickinson. I mean, terrific, amazing poets that we always go back to. But modern poetry really talks about the everyday. I like to say it's the extraordinary and the ordinary. It's reaching out when a friend needs help. It's coming together, solving problems, talking to people. I mean, it's those quiet conversations that sometimes normal speech doesn't offer. And I think with poetry, we really do try to cram meaning into those words. Then we turn them around, we share them with everybody. So you may not have ever really listened to poetry or heard poetry, but it brings such connection and community. It's really heartwarming to be sort of a part of that. First time I've attended, and I am amazed at A, how many people I know, but B, just the warmth. It's being in a room with people who believe the same things that you do, how important art is to a community, how it bridges gaps, how we can lower the barriers so that everybody can enjoy art. And for those creating art, how can they get paid? How can we find funding sources? This is something that everybody can take part in. And then in whatever genre or form they are called to do. There are a lot of good people everywhere trying to do their best work. And if I personally can help facilitate that, I mean, that goes beyond being a poet. That is what's my contribution and legacy to the literary community and the arts community. My thanks to the ECCF, to all the organizers, to Karen in particular. And I always shout out John Andrews from Creative Collective, who really understands that connective tissue of what makes a city or a town something special. We want people here. We want people to know that this is what we do so that you'll come and you'll support, and maybe you can take this back to your own community.